Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at my undisclosed location because guess what? I have a 2020 Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek Edition. But let's talk about the Pathfinder. The Pathfinder, believe it or not, has been in Nissan's lineup since 1986. That was well before there was any kind of SUV craze like we currently have today in the auto industry. With the Pathfinder, Nissan wanted to find a way to bring a little bit of that off-road outdoorsman adventure into the vehicle. And they did that with a value-packed, punched price package. Say that 20 times fast. This Rock Creek Edition comes in at $995. It's a $995 option, but you're gonna see in a few seconds here, you get quite a bit for the money. Now with this midsize, this is a midsize SUV, does have 3-row capability. It is smaller than your Telluride or your Subaru Ascent, but one thing is for sure is that you can option, which this one has, 4-wheel drive. So let's go ahead, dive into this 2020 Pathfinder Rock Creek Edition and see if it's really worth the money. Right off the bat, I love the color. The silver with the black just works really, really well. Obviously, when we're talking about styling, it's a little bit dated. Now, with the Rock Creek Edition, you do get that same standard headlight setup with the projector beam headlight, just like any other Pathfinder. A little bit of silver trim in there. You drop down, this is gonna be a little different for the Rock Creek. Now, what's nice is you actually have a functional side air curtain. This is not blocked off. Functional side air curtain, and the fog lamps gives it that nice, rugged, off-road look. A little bit of flat black, and that's good, so that it takes a beating a little bit better than gloss black. Now when we get across the center section, you have that V-Motion grille. That's what they call this in Nissan talk, is the V-Motion grille. That's part of their brand identity, just like the Nissan badge. This lower section is all unique to the Rock Creek Edition. So like I said, $995, right off the bat, you're getting a different looking Pathfinder from the front. This is simulated protection. And one thing that I'm a little bummed out is that, and I am gonna zonk, is I wish it sat just a little bit higher. If this is gonna be that outdoorsy type of special edition of the Pathfinder, I would like it to be just a little bit higher. But like I said, the silver with the black, and it's just a little bit of gloss black, really makes it pop nicely. Now when you get up onto the hood, you have some unique body lines here. We have 2 faint lines on each side, and then you get the higher peak on each corner. That's gonna give you that line of sight reference as you're driving your Pathfinder. We come around the bend, you'll notice how they took the flat black all the way around the fender treatment, put like a little bit of a cutout design in there, give it that rugged look. Here is another piece of the Rock Creek Edition puzzle. This is an 18-inch wheel, gloss black with the machined aluminum. This is what I was telling you about, $995, front fascia, and the wheels are different. The wheels really work for me. I love the way, like I said, that they pop with the silver on this particular one, but this is a 255 on the width. Nice, fat, meaty 60 series sidewall is gonna give you comfortable ride as you're going down the road. Speaking of going down, we're going down the side. There's your Rock Creek Edition badge. Very tasteful badge, nothing too gaudy. I love where they placed it. You're gonna get the black mirror caps with your turn signals built in. You're also gonna get your full gloss black roof rails with the crossbars. So cargo basket, kayak rack, bike rack, you could get it up there, do your outdoors type stuff. Gloss black on the door handles. These are all part of that $995 package. Down along the bottom, I do like the flat black on the lower sill and the way that it extends. That's gonna take a better beating as you come back towards the rear. I've always liked the size of the quarter window on these Pathfinders. Gives it that more box shape from this angle of the vehicle. And then when we get to the back, you're gonna get a simple low roof spoiler, and then some gloss black, blacked out on the badges, the Pathfinder badge. 4-wheel drive, this is SV. So Rock Creek Edition, you could get in either your SL trim or your SV trim, this being SV with 4-wheel drive, and it has a lockable differential, which is great. We drop down, there's a continuation of a little bit more gloss black, and then check it out, you do get full tow capability with all your wiring hookups. Guess what? That's part of the Rock Creek Edition, $995. All-wheel drive is gonna set you back $1,600, about $1,695. Let's pop the hood and see what's powering this Pathfinder. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. I am zonking it. You do have a prop rod, but underneath that hood, you do get a nice power choice. You're looking at a 3.5 liter V6, 284 horsepower, 259 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated to a CVT transmission. The Pathfinder Rock Creek Edition with the four-wheel drive. This one, like I said, has the four-wheel drive, weighs in at 4,662 pounds, 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds, and guess what? A 6,000 pound tow rating. So these are meant to tow, and they will tow all 6,000 pounds. Underneath the hood, tasteful engine cover. Other than that, I'm ready to go check out the interior, because Rock Creek Edition has outside touches, but there's also interior touches. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek Edition SV trim. This one's fully loaded with the four-wheel drive. I know you're probably asking, well, Joe, how much is it? You're looking right at MSRP, right around $40,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, for the Rock Creek Edition, you're gonna notice a little bit of orange splash of color. So you have the orange contrast stitching, nice and soft on the armrest, soft on the top portion of the door panel, a little bit of silver trim, and then there's this orange tinge faux carbon fiber design, making it a little off-road sporty, I guess. The pocket down below is large enough for a larger bottle of milk, and you could have your off-road Snickers bar in there, the ones with the extra nuts. That makes them an off-road edition Snickers. Now, dash, knock, knock, who's there? A lot of hard plastic. It's interesting because to the eye, it looks like it's gonna be soft. You have an oval-shaped air vent for the passenger and driver on each side. Then you have these flat black air vents in the center with a little bit of silver trim, 8-inch infotainment system screen. This one does have the navigation. It is dated. That's just one thing that I think that we've kind of gotten accustomed to when it comes to Nissan. They are slowly but surely changing up their lineup one vehicle at a time, but you do have your dual climate control, your heated steering wheel, and rear climate control as well. And it's just easy, nice touch screen. And then of course you have your tuner in knob to go through different functions and all that good stuff. Now, as you drop down, you do have your start stop button, a little bit of silver trim. There's more of that faux carbon fiber. It's got, like I said, a little orange tinge to it. This is very, very dated, but I guess the good news is if you still got your CD collection, bring it on out, because you could rock out in your Rock Creek Edition. If you don't like touching the screen, like you have a phobia about screens, you have full knob and button capability. Dual climate control, you got your blower fan switch here. Nice cubby where you could actually dump the M&Ms right in here. 2 USBs and a 12 volt. Heated seats, but no ventilated seats. That's gonna be a zonk for $40,000. I would like to see ventilated seats. A rubber style material on the shifter. This is for that CVT transmission. 2 cup holders with a little bit of silver trim. And then this knob is unique to this particular one because it's got the 4-wheel drive. So you can leave it in auto, you could go 2-wheel drive, or you could lock that 4-wheel drive setup. Armrest, soft, love the stitch work, and then watch this. You got 2 different levels here. So let's say you have your family's silver spoon collection. You could put them right here because you got a nice felt lining. They're not gonna get scratched. Or you pick it up. Now we got a little bit of a snack organizer. We could put our Slim Jims. You have another 12 volt, an aux jack, and 2 more USBs. And you have another area where you could stack up almost like Lincoln Logs, your Twinkies in there, and just have that go-to place as you're going on that long trip. Seats, unique to the Rock Creek Edition. You have the nice embroidery in orange. I like the stitch work, and I like this cloth grabby material with the leather. Gives it a nice touch. On the side here, you are gonna get manual controls for the passenger, but the great news is not for the driver. So if you're driving your Rock Creek Edition, if you're the actual driver, then you get the power assist. You do have an auto dimming mirror, but it's a non-frameless, so we are gonna zonk that. And it would be nice to have a sunroof in here, but I'm glad they went with a lighter headliner just to kind of brighten it up. But why don't you come on over to the business end? I'll show you behind the wheel of this 2020 Rock Creek Edition. All right, guys, business time. Here are your seat controls for the driver's seat. You do have also a button for the heated steering wheel. You have your tow mode, shut the traction control off, and your blind spot monitoring. Steering wheel is that older Nissan style. The nice thing is it's nice and thick, and I like the orange contrast stitching. The buttons are dated, but you know what? They're simple to understand and simple to get to, easy to get to. The dash, real nice setup. You have this analog tach, analog speedometer, and then you have like this 3D almost floating display in the center there, which you could toggle through a plethora of information, which is really nice. You get all your driver's assistance, your vehicle settings, all that good stuff. There's your lane keep assist, tire pressure, the whole 9 yards, your 4x4, how it's sending the power, which is a nice little display, but it's kind of cool because it's like a 3D. I wonder if they give you like Pathfinder 3D glasses, which would be cool. You know, the orange and green. I just don't know if you want to wear those outside in the sun. You probably burn out your retinas or something. But why don't we go ahead and check out the mid-row and see how usable that space is. All right, guys, mid-row time. This is a 3-row mid-size SUV. One thing I forgot to show you up front, here is your standard key fob. Still that very dated key fob. The good news is it's extremely small and it's not going to poke you in your leg or somewhere else when you have it in your pocket. So that is a nice touch. The backs of the seats are all that leather material. You do have a pocket for both passengers back here, so you can put your own Twizzlers. You don't have to share a pocket. 2 rear AC vents. You got your AC controls. No heated or ventilated seat, so that is going to be a zonk, but you do have a USB-C and a USB. And when we talk about room, lots of headroom. Just like up front, lots of headroom. The seats do slide, which is nice, and they also recline as well. And they actually recline a pretty good distance. But overall, a comfortable place. Does it have that technology that's going to keep you environmentally happy? Probably not. You'll need a blanket or a bag of ice to sit on if you want a ventilated or heated seat. But other than that, it is very comfortable. Well, why don't we check out the 3rd row and see if it's meant for a human. All right, guys, time to get into that 3rd row. There is a 3rd row area in here. We're gonna see how usable it is. Now, to get into the back, it's real simple. I have to hold my transmitter because I don't want to sit on it when I get back there. But you just lift up, bottom portion of the seat folds up, back goes forward. The great news is you have a nice large landing area. Now, here's a piece of advice, and we had to do this a second take because when I went to get in, I rammed my kneecap right into this part of the vehicle. So just be careful of that. I'm gonna go in a little different way this time. So my advice is lead with the right. Climb on in. You know what? I got plenty of headroom and my knees really aren't too tall, and they give you AC vents back in here. So we've looked at other 3-row SUVs where they don't have any AC vents. You do have AC vents, 2 cup holders, no connectivity though. So no USB, no USB-C. I'm gonna pull this back. Look at this. See all that leg room? This is really comfortable. Now, obviously, if this person keeps sliding back, that's gonna take away my room. But you know what? Overall, it's not bad back here compared to a lot of other SUVs we've been in. But let's check out the cargo area and see how much space you have in the Pathfinder. All right, guys, time to check out the cargo area. I'm gonna zonk it. There's no electric assist, but the good news is it's not very heavy and it goes up very quickly. Good amount of usable space back here, which is really nice. And that's what's gonna allow you to be more flexible with this Pathfinder. Now, to put the seats down, it's actually quite simple. You're just gonna pull up on these little tabs here. That's gonna make the large headrest go down. And then the next part is, look at that. That's nice and flat. We lift up this little floor mat here. Holy cow. If you need to hide something from somebody, you got plenty of room back here. Or if you're doing that family trip and the kids stress you out and that's when you have to hit up the snacks, load that up with every Hostess product you could think of. Ding dongs, Twinkies, the cupcakes, the whole 9 yards. Plus you have a 12 volt, which is a nice touch as well if you're tailgating, if you're camping, if you're going to you know, the middle of the woods or something and you need some power. And then to put the seats down is actually really nice. You're just gonna go ahead and pull the lever that actually says cargo mode on it, and that's gonna allow the seats to kind of go right into cargo mode, and you have a nice, now it does come up at an angle, but it's all in unison with one another, which is great. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the best part of this Pathfinder. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take it for a spin. All right, guys, we're leaving the undisclosed location. We're in the 2020 Nissan Pathfinder on throttle. So really, acceleration-wise, that 7.8 seconds is on the money. It almost feels a little bit slower, to be honest with you. The CVT is just not doing it any justice. I wish that there would be some type of automatic that you could choose from with this particular vehicle. I think that would make some really, really big gains for not only the Pathfinder, but also the other vehicles that they have in their lineup. But the good news is the seats are extremely comfortable. I like how close everything is to getting to when it comes to your radio controls, AC controls. The navigation is at a nice height. If you don't like iPad style infotainment system screens, you don't get one with the Pathfinder. It's nice and integrated. And the steering wheel, like I said, the thickness, even though it looks dated, well, it is dated, but the steering wheel itself has the perfect thickness and a very nice feel to it. Looking out the back window, it's a little tight with the large headrest that you get. But if you stick to just the center, you're okay. And the side mirrors kind of make up for that. So you definitely want to use all your mirrors, just like always when you're driving. But the way they have them set up in here, it does help to see some of those blind spots. You do have the blind spot monitoring, and what I like about the blind spot monitoring is that they bring it to the interior of the vehicle rather than you having to see it on the actual mirror itself. As we're driving in rush hour traffic, it's very, very smooth. I have it in 4x4 mode, and we're gonna get back on throttle. The good news is I think the V6 is a great power choice for the Pathfinder. You're definitely getting enough power. It's just the transmission, as you can imagine, is that one weaker link. And I know there's some people that love CVTs, and that's fine and dandy, but I'm telling you, this vehicle with a 7-speed automatic, say the one that's in the Armada, I think would be the better way to go. But here we are driving in rush hour traffic, and it's super smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and get on throttle again. You do have simulated gears, which is going to give you the sensation of having a traditional automatic. I do like that center digital display. It does give you a lot of information, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and put it back into auto mode, and right now we're just using front wheel drive capability. You can just permanently put it into front wheel drive capability only, or you could go ahead and lock out that center diff like I had pointed out before. But driving down the road here, very smooth. It's actually very quiet inside the cabin, which is nice. And I think probably my favorite part of the interior is going to be the seats. The seats are comfortable. It just, you know, the dash and the center console, it's on the dated side. And I'm expecting some big changes, but it's definitely not for 2020. But if you're looking for package value, the Rock Creek definitely brings a nice value price point wise. All right, guys, been another wonderful day here at the mysterious location. Definitely got to thank Steve and the rest of the crew at Nissan for allowing us access to this press fleet vehicle. Is it the perfect SUV? Listen, there really isn't any perfect vehicle out there, but it's nice for Nissan to acknowledge that there are people that want that four-wheel drive capability, and they want something that's a little bit more unique styling-wise that doesn't cost an arm and a leg for the packages. This Rock Creek Edition, $995, is definitely a value styling-wise, and with that all-wheel drive under $2,000 really makes it even more special and more capable. I just wish it's set up a little bit higher. But if it's vehicles like these that you want to see on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Radies Rise merch. Got to give it out to Big Guns McGee, working the camera. It's a cloudy day, but you know what? He's the sunshine that makes everybody happy. So thank you, Tom, for all your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.